But great stuff, great stuff. Let's go into some of the kind of specialty stuff here. Jim from Denver, I think brings up a pretty typical type of question. I'm 44 years old and exercise regularly 3 to 4 times a week, and I'm very careful about what I eat. I only have beef once a week, and the remainder of the days I eat fish, chicken, turkey, buffalo, or ostrich. So here's a guy who's pretty advanced in the whole nutrition thing, I think. I initially lost 55 pounds. I have seen significant muscle growth and continue to improve in most areas of my physique. However, I'm still loose around the lower back just below the kidneys. This area around my entire body has been very stubborn in giving up the fat. Can you suggest some exercises or perhaps some tweaks in my diet that may help to reduce this flab and get rid of this flabbiness once and for all? This question kind of ties into the other question that we had about the guy that was seeing, particularly guys that are over 40, over 50, that are also starting to see some hormonal changes in their body, and they start seeing that fat deposited in different areas. And like you said, that's different for different people. A lot of guys get saggy breasts when they get older. They start to see kind of some saddlebags coming on the side of their belt. So when it comes to targeting these trouble spots, and people come to you as a client and say, I really want to get rid of my sagging breasts. I'm talking guys or women, whatever it may be. What are your tips for them when they're trying to spot target areas that, especially if they've seen progress, but here we are again, we're back at the sticking point, or that one area that just jumps out at them when they're looking at the mirror, like, how the hell do I get rid of that?
Yeah. Well, again, this kind of all gets back to the big picture we've been talking about. But, if you've got some extra fat on your obliques or on your stomach or on your chest, I mean, doing exercises that target those areas isn't going to get rid of it. So we need to, again, get back to the bigger picture. And, I always try and shock people. I say, because I'll have a client at the gym and they're well, I want to get rid of these love handles, and they're doing like, a million side bends, and but it's the way everybody thinks. I mean, it's your only association as well. He's got this spot, so I'm going to try and work on that spot. But I say, well, all right, if you had 20 minutes to work out, you could sit here and do 20 minutes of side bends, and let's say you whatever, let's just throw out some random numbers. I'm not even saying these are anywhere close to accurate, but let's say you burned 400 calories. And then now, what if you did something else in that 20 minutes, and instead you did 20 minutes of squatting? Now, you used some of the biggest muscle groups in your body. Squats are known to use the most muscle groups in your body. You might have burned 1,000 calories versus that 400. Plus, you probably got a whole different thing going on in your body with the metabolic response and what we've been talking about with the hormonal response. There's a lot more stuff going on there. And the results, I mean, again, this is looking at the big picture. The results are going to be a lot different. The squats are going to change your entire body and get rid of body fat deposits throughout your entire body. That 20 minutes of side bends that you did isn't going to do much. You just barely burned a little bit of calories, and you worked your oblique muscles. And that's about it. So that's, again, why I always look more of this at a bigger picture when you have these kind of situations where somebody wants to spot reduce somewhere. And, he mentioned, I only have beef once a week, and the remainder of days eat fish, chicken, turkey, buffalo, ostrich. Those are all great, buffalo, ostrich. I love those types of meat, but he almost acts like he sounds like beef is a bad thing. I only have beef once a week. Again, like that's one of my favorite things to eat, as long as it's a healthy form of beef, the grass-fed beef that I get. So just trying to look at things a little differently here.
Yeah.
But, looking at the overall picture of, what's the intensity and the types of exercises you're doing for your whole body, and what's your overall caloric balance.
Yeah. Yeah, good points. Good points. This is kind of this question always seems to pop up anytime we start talking about fat loss, but I've got to bring it up because this is another one of those things that is thrown out there. It's kind of kicked around, and there's a lot of debate over. I want to get your perspective on it. Paul from Sydney, Australia asks, is it true that that during my morning cardio session, if I do it on an empty stomach and then not consume any meals until an hour after my workout, or that I should be doing it this way when trying to get lean. That's been kicked around so many times. What's your take on morning cardio on an empty stomach? And specifically, Paul even adds in there not consuming any meals until an hour after that workout.